Hi guys, welcome back to Dubs for Adventure. First of all, thank you to every single person that's subscribed to our channel. We have over 800 subscribers now, and you know, we don't take that for granted. We really appreciate every single subscription, so thank you to that. And if you haven't subscribed already, you know what to do. Right, today's video, I mean, first of all, what a different... Look at Thor over there.
Sorry, he wants to go on his own adventure.
I know, he wants to go on his own little Dubs for Adventure. The last video we did, the weather was absolutely horrendous, storms and everything. We had weather warnings. 1 week later, the weather is absolutely fantastic. I mean, just blue skies, sunshine, nice and warm, nice and sunny. So what we're doing today is, we're taking Thor for a bit of a walk. We're just going to have like a day out, not really plan anything, just go wherever we feel and have some fun. Now, me and Brooke have been talking, and I don't know if you can see a big plane over there, it's quite low that. Yeah, we've been talking, and basically we've had the van now for 2 years, and we've been like having a chat like about what we know and what we've learned in 2 years. So what we're going to do, we're going to share with you guys some of the sort of like things that we've learned and what we've found out about van life in 2 years. Now, some of the things that we talk about might be quite obvious to, obviously, you know, yourselves that are watching. So it's personal to us. It's about like what we know and what we've found out. What's that? Because
when we started like camping and stuff, we didn't think we'd like camping, so we all thought it was like, you know, when you go with your kids. So I was expecting rain, mud, dirty, bugs. Yeah,
exactly. It's not.
Didn't think it was what it was.
Yeah, and obviously we enjoy it a lot more, and that's why we're going to share some of like our sort of like experiences with you and so on. Look at Thor, he loves it. He just little adventure dog. He absolutely loves it.
Darling, going this way.
So we're going to kick this off, and we're going to start by saying like what we found out about the 2 years of like van life is. The most important thing is, and especially if you're thinking about getting a van or, you know, doing some type of like van life type of adventures, is you have to get on. I mean, that sounds obvious, but you have to get on, because, for example, if little things at home, like you argue over little petty silly things and you don't get on in a confined space, if you're
in a confined space, you feel like there's a throttle them.
Yeah, well, yeah, but basically it goes without saying, if what we've learned is, if we didn't get on, we would not be able to cope with van life, because you spend so much time with each other and in a confined space. If you bicker about the slightest little stupid things, those annoyances, if you're sat in a van that's like a tiny little square and you can't get away from each other, you know, like if you storm off into another room, if you have a petty argument about who's in charge of the remote control and things, if things like that annoy you and you really, really don't get on when you spend a lot of time with each other, van life isn't for you, because believe me, parts of van life can be stressful. Let's have a look at that there. He's ready to go walking up there. But yeah, that goes without saying. The main thing that we've learned is you have to get on with each other.
Yes, definitely.
The other important thing is that we found is, we realised quite quickly when we first started like camping in places, we have to have our own designated jobs, don't we?
Yep.
For example, we've got like, we've organised it where when we go on a camping trip, we just automatically know who's doing what. For example, like I do the cooking, Brooke will do the washing up. Brooke sets the bed up at night time, I take Thor for a walk. Can you think of any others that we do?
I keep things tidy and you don't.
Yeah, Brooke keeps things tidy and puts everything. Oh, that's another thing. We've, you know, like if you use something, you have to put it back in the same spot. We've learnt that because.
So Tom always says this, but I'm not. If you've noticed in all the videos, I'm the one that keeps tidying up, but it's Tom's. So always says we need to keep things tidy.
Yeah, that's another one. You have to keep things tidy, because if you don't keep things tidy, again in a small confined space, it can become very stressful, can't it?
Yep.
And obviously you need to keep things clean and so on. So like any little like bits of like mud or whatever you get in the van, you have to clean it straight away, because if you don't, it just piles up and up and up. So yeah, that's another thing that we've that we've come to realise. Another one is you would kind of like automatically assume that if you go to a campsite and it's absolutely fantastic, go down there, Brooke. Back in there. I'm gonna go in there. Yeah, you would assume like if you, for example, if you pay £30 for a campsite and it's absolutely fantastic and the facilities are brilliant, you would kind of assume that if you went to another campsite and that was £30, that would be just as good. And we've found out, haven't we, that is definitely not the case. We've stayed in some campsites that are like I said, they cost about £30, and we've stayed in some others that cost £30, and they've been disgusting, haven't they?
We paid about 30 quid to stay in one in Cornwall, and it was absolutely horrendous.
Yeah.
Then we went to one in Scotland. It was out of season, so it is a bit more pricey in season, but out of season it cost us 9 quid, and it was one of the nicest campsites we've been
Yeah, I'll put a picture up here to show you the view and everything. And you know, like I said, that we paid £9 for that, and we've paid like higher prices for other campsites. So what we're saying is, another thing that we've learned in the 2 years that we've been doing like van life and camping and things is, just because you're paying a high price for a campsite does not mean it's going to be a nice campsite, does it?
I wanted to go this way.
Oh, Thor's going that way, so I'm on my own, wandering in here. If I get lost, will you come and find me?
Maybe.
Send Thor the sniffer dog in. So yeah, that's another one.
Caught him up.
The other thing, guys, is even when campsites say they're dog friendly, yes, they might be dog friendly, but you need to check on campsites to make sure they've got dog walks. Because when they've got dog walks, at least your dog... Thor, you okay? He's having a rest. Yeah, we've been on campsites before that, like, they say that they're dog friendly, but then you get there and... Let's go and walk around here. Yeah, you get there and there's nowhere to walk your dog. We stayed in the campsite once, it said it was dog friendly, and the campsite was really small. And then when you came out the entrance, because there was nowhere else to go, it was the national speed limit road, and you couldn't take your dog for a walk anywhere. So that's one thing, again, that we've learned, that just because a campsite says it's dog friendly doesn't necessarily... It will be dog friendly, and it means it allows dogs, but you can't really take your dog for a walk anywhere. So that's something that we always check now when we book a campsite.
I'm stuck over here, guys. He won't come.
Come on, Thor. Come on, we've got other places to go to yet. Oh, here comes. So yeah, that's another point that we have learned in the couple of years of van life. Right, guys, we're gonna go somewhere else, and like I said, you know, weather is absolutely stunning today, so we're just gonna go to random different places today and see where we get up to. So we shall see you
in the next place.
In the next place. Right, guys, we have just left where we've just been, and that was Marsden Moors, and we've now come to this place. Welcome to the Cars, part of Cheshire. Now, we've drove past this place quite a few times. There's Brooke over there. Yeah, we've drove past this place quite a few times, and we keep saying we'll have to pull in because it's part of Cheshire and it's not far from Alderley Edge. So we've decided we're going to have a drive down to Alderley Edge, have a nosy around there, and then see what we get up to. But in the meantime, let's go for a walk around here. What have we spotted there? Must be a place that's well catered for dogs around here. Like I said, we've not been here before, but looks nice.
Nice. Thor likes it.
Oh, Thor likes everywhere. Big trees, big peas.
Hi guys. So one of the biggest things that I've decided about in the van that you need in van life is we went to Scotland on our first trip and didn't realise after we'd listened to everybody about how bad the midges were. So when we got there, the van was covered in midges inside. So the next time we went, I realised we needed a net, like a bug net. So I went and made one. Been brilliant. So I suggest you go get one of those.
Try and crawl back up here, just spotted that water there. That's another thing that we've realised again in the time that we've been doing the camp van life thing is take your wellies everywhere, because you never ever know when you're going to see like views like that, you know, and like if it's shallow running water, just stick your wellies on and you can just like go for a wander, because we've been to loads of places where you can't get to the next bit where it looks really nice because you don't have any wellies and stuff. So yep. It was actually you actually bought me a pair of wellies, didn't you?
I did buy you a pair of wellies.
It's one of the best things she's ever bought me.
Wellies are also needed for if you have bad weather as well, because then it doesn't really matter where you are.
Yeah, because obviously when we walk Thor and things, when the weather's bad, when you're in places like this, that was that. Yeah, places like this, you can, like I said, stick your wellies on, and it's like now if I had my wellies now, I'd be in there getting some cool shots. Bridge over there. It's one of the great things I love about like going on days out and stuff. Just jump in the van, go somewhere. Like I said, we've never been here before. We drive past it all the time, and we've always said, oh, we'll have to call in here sometime. We have done, and look at it. Give the wave, Brooke. Another thing that we realised is the importance of paying a little bit of extra money and buying a quality sleeping bag. We did trips, before we had the YouTube channel, we did trips in like November and winter time, and we was just taking blankets and covers, weren't we?
And it was freezing.
Yeah, it was absolutely freezing. And you know,
Come
on. A minute. Thor's having a sniff around there. Yeah, and I think we bought from Go Outdoors, didn't we?
Yeah.
A couple of sleeping bags. I mean, I think we paid, it was about £80 each or something, and they were on sale. But the difference having a sleeping bag makes absolutely fantastic. So yeah, that's a point to remember.
On top of that, it was that cold that we realised we could have done with a heater, so that's when we bought the electric hookup.
Yeah, I always said that, because when we first got the van, we was like, oh, we'll just sleep in the van, you know, if we get like a rock and roll bed, you know, we don't need to worry about it, we'll rough it and stuff. No, it doesn't work like that. You realise, you know, you need like electrics and stuff. So we bought an electric hookup that you've probably seen in previous videos. So that's another important thing that we realised that we needed. So
quite nice here.
It's nice here.
Have you told them where we are?
Yeah, showed them the same cars park or something.
Yeah, it's near Style.
Style, yeah.
In Cheshire.
I've told them that we've left Marsden Moor and we've come for a drive, and we're having a wander down to Alderley Edge, where all the supercars are.
Because we did get a few comments of people telling us to let them know where.
Do you know what?
Where we go. So
a lot of times
sometimes we don't have a clue where we're going, and we don't know where we are still. But
yeah,
when we find out where we are, if we know, we will tell you.
Yeah, because a lot of times, a lot of flies around here.
Very
There's only a thin path here, so keep getting tangled in Thor's lead. A lot of times when we go to places, we just go out and randomly go places, don't we? And we don't, half the time, we don't actually know where we are, because we love doing stuff like that, just going to new places. So that's why we don't mention a lot of times. But now we try and find out where we are. So Right, we're going to carry on walking down this path, see where it leads us. The other thing as well that we've learned is how, like, you know, when we go to like campsites and things like that, it's how friendly people are. The van life community generally, so friendly. A quick example: we went to a campsite once, and our electric hookup wasn't quite long enough, and people on the campsite, they couldn't do enough for us, could they? There was like,
they was helping us out, borrowing us theirs.
You know, people were saying, oh, we've got this extension, we've got the... And basically, every campsite that we've ever been in, the people, amazing, really friendly, really nice people. So van life community, fantastic. And especially the VW community. Honestly, to all you guys out there that own the Volkswagen Campervan and motorhomes and things like that, respect to you for your friendliness, because everyone's in the same boat when they go on the camping trips, aren't they?
Yeah.
And the amount that they help each other out, the hospitality, absolutely great. So that's another good point that we have come to realise in the past couple of years. Yeah. We've just been talking. We don't really have any like bad points, do we? Of like the last 2 years that we've been doing camping and stuff, yeah, we've learned a lot and we still need a lot of things.
Yeah, and we've realised that there is a few things that we still need in the van, which we do wish we'd known right at the beginning, because we could have got that done previously,
yeah,
like the fridge.
Yeah, because like before we got the van insulated and carpeted, you know, if we'd have had the wiring done on the van and things, because obviously when we do get the electrics done, you know, we're going to have to pull all that back off, which isn't a problem. But we should have really got the electrics done first. Yeah,
so there is things we wish we would have known before we started this. But like I said, we just jumped in both feet and just went, let's do it.
We just got a van.
But we still have no regrets.
Oh, absolutely no regrets. We got a van, we put a rock and roll bed in it, and that was it. We was off. No cupboards or anything. We would just buy some food, go somewhere, and you know, loved it. But in fact, that brings us on to another point. This is a really big point. A kind of a bit of a mistake that we tend to make in the beginning when we first started going to places was we would buy food, enough food for one day, and would say, oh, you know, let's like go and buy some, you know, food from the supermarket. Just showing you Thor. Yeah, but what we would do is we would go on a date. So basically, we went to Scotland for 10 days. When we first got the van.
Took enough food for one day.
Yep.
and a few snacks.
And a few snacks. The day after, went to like a supermarket, realised that there wasn't a lot of shops and things. So what we was doing is, over the days, we was just going in shops and buying whatever they had on shelves. And I mean, we was buying things,
and we didn't really know about what type of things you could cook in the van or anything like that, because we'd not done it before, and it was our first big, more than one night trip.
And we was just buying things like cold quiche, cold pasta.
It cost us an absolute fortune, and
it was disgusting. Yeah. We was eating like disgusting food.
And on top of that, we always went when we was hungry. So we'd buy a ridiculous amount of food, like snacks and treats and stuff, and we didn't really.
Yeah. Anybody that knows, you never go shopping on an empty stomach. Because that's what we was doing, and we were just buying a load of rubbish basically, and no. So basically, if you're going to do like a camping trip, what we've come to realise is you have to organise your food before you go and make sure you've got enough food. I mean, you can buy stuff from the supermarket, but we don't have a fridge in the van.
And on top of that, we didn't really know what we was cooking at the time of that, so now we have ideas of meals that we can have. It's easier.
Yeah.
Because before it was like, well, what do we cook in a van? You realise now that we can just cook whatever you want.
And also, sorry, this is a really thin path, and I'm trying to get.
You walk behind Thor, I'll walk on the path.
I'll walk behind. Oh yeah, I'll walk on the muddy bit. Well, not the muddy bit, the hilly bit here. So yeah, that's another point, you know, that we come to realise. Obviously, don't shop on an empty stomach, and make sure you plan your food wisely, because it can end up costing you a fortune just buying a load of rubbish. But again, this is why, you know, we don't have the van fully finished yet, and we don't have a fridge, but that is something that we are
planning
looking to get
for after the European
yeah,
trip.
after the European road trip. Right, we'll just carry on having a nosy around here. This part's a lot bigger than I thought it was.
We've only done one little part of it.
No, this is a little part of it. Right, we shall keep walking. See you in a minute. Right guys, there's probably so many more things that we could talk about, but yeah, just show this view. Sorry, I'd really get distracted really easily, but just look at the view down there. But yeah, there's loads of other things that we could talk about to do with, you know, like what we've experienced in the last 2 years and what we've found out is important.
I'm sorry, but
I'll let you go in front because it's a thin path. And I mean, the one main thing is, now a lot of people obviously are in the same situation, but a lot of people don't talk about it. Now, it's the toilet facilities in the van. We don't have a disposable toilet, but basically we have pee bottles, and basically we have an emergency bucket and bags. I don't need to say any more about that, obviously.
I've never used the emergency bucket, that's why we have campsites.
Yeah, but that's obviously why we have campsites. But that's another thing that obviously in the future, because our van is nowhere near finished. We've still got to put electrics in it. We're having the swivel seat put in it. We're having like storage lockers put in it. But obviously it's a lifelong project. But like I said, I'm going to end like the discussion of like what we personally know in the last 2 years, obviously on that note. But yeah, obviously we do have facilities that if we do need to go to the toilet, we can go. But yeah, we'll leave that there. So we're going to carry on like walking around here, have a nosy. I mean, look at the views over there. Oh, absolutely fantastic, this park. So many nice things to see. We're such outdoor people now, aren't we? We didn't used to be outdoor people, but we're outdoor people now. And we've got an outdoor doggy who loves
all
walking.
we want to do is go find more outdoor places.
Yeah, we just want to travel. I mean, one of the things that we have been saying is, you know, obviously we want to travel more. We are going to travel more. And it's funny because the UK is a big place. But now
there's a lot of places.
There's hundreds of places that we haven't been to. I mean, if any of you guys have like, if you've watched any of our videos and we've not been any places, you know, and you might like suggest somewhere, you know, put it in the comments, because we don't like know everywhere, do we? You know, we're always looking for new places to go. But even though the UK is such a big place, we are now like looking to obviously venture out into Europe and things, aren't we?
Which is part of this European trip, and we're going to day by day into different places. Obviously, those places are to get a taste of where we really like, so that we can look into campsites and go in there.
Yeah, because if you're new to the channel, we have a European road trip planned. It's literally weeks away now, isn't it, that we're going? It's a year and a half in the making. I'm going, Brooke's going, Thor's coming with us, my dad's coming with us, but we're actually going in the car, aren't we?
Yeah.
Because obviously, because my dad's coming, you know, it's going to be more comfortable, and we're staying in lake hotels and stuff. But that's part of our adventures, you know, because, you know, we like travelling and doing different things.
And we're going to bring you along with us European trip and show you all the places we
Obviously,
find.
you guys are coming along with us and so on, and hopefully, you know, you'll enjoy, obviously, how we film it and so on. But yeah, but you know, we've got so many plans. We're already planning trips for the year 2020, aren't we? To Switzerland, Norway, and different places, because we love it. Now, I do appreciate there's some people out there that you've probably done van life 20, 30, 40, 50 years. And I've probably not mentioned some really important points of like, you know, about van life and stuff. But we're relatively new to it still, aren't we, really? And we're still learning. And again,
those are the things that we found important, not what everyone else
important.
Everyone will have different things that they find important.
Like simple things, like we said at the beginning of the video, where, you know, we have our own jobs to do in the van, and you know, and
you might think, oh my god, jobs in a van in van life, but believe it or
not, that it works for us. It works for us.
And that's what you need.
Yeah, so we're not saying that this is what van life's all about. We're saying this is how we do it. And like, these are some of the things that we've learned in the past couple of years, you know, especially like with the campsites, you know, the price. If you pay a higher price, it doesn't necessarily mean you're getting a better campsite and things, because we've seen that you clearly don't. So, okay, I've done a lot of talking there. Let's show you some nice footage around here, show you that, and then we're going to pop off to Alderley Edge. See you in a minute.
Now we're going to leave here and go to Alderley Edge, so see you then. Hi guys, we're now in Alderley Edge. We've been here before, I think. It's really nice here. I just wanted to mention one more point about 2 years of the van life. Storage is a massive thing, especially with girls. I take to way too much stuff. So on that note, we want to get the swivel seats to create more indoor space, which is what we're going to do after we come back from our European trip. We also want to get an awning. We was looking at a big tent awning, but then realised that for us, we like to do day by day in different places. So it's too big, so we want a smaller awning to create a little bit more outdoor space just to sit under it. It'll be easier for Thor if it's bad weather as well. And we also want to get a storage locker, so we will be doing that, and it will be all coming up after. Did you smack your head then, Tom?
Yeah, I just smacked my head on this twig here, but go on, carry on.
So we will be looking at all of that when we come back from the European trip, and our first projects for the van after the European trip is the swivel seats.
You heard it here first.
Hot off the press. Come on.
Right guys, we're going to be heading home shortly. We've been out for hours, haven't we? We've been out like all morning, all afternoon, trying to make the most of the weather. Thor's done a lot of walking today, so obviously we don't want to over exercise him, because obviously it's really warm today as well. But saying it is going to be good because we've got our European road trip coming up soon.
And he's never been abroad before.
He's never been abroad before, so obviously taking him out in the warm, you know, giving him extra walks and things, I suppose it's a bit like extra training for him. Hope today's video has been enjoyable, and you know, you've understood like some of the sort of like, not issues, but like understanding of like after 2 years of van life, you know, certain things, you know, that we have found, that we've learnt that are important to us. There's
because
probably
everybody's going to be different.
Yeah, everyone's different. Everyone's got different things, you know, that are important to them.
But we absolutely love it.
Oh, I mean, listen.
Even 2 years.
2 years in van life, absolutely love it. Wouldn't change it for the world. If you watch all the other videos, if you haven't done before, you know, take a look. You know, some of them tell you why we got the van, how we got the van, you know, and certain things like that. But yeah, absolutely love it. I mean, like I said, there's probably hundreds and hundreds of different other things. We're going to probably like edit this video and go, oh, we should have mentioned this, we should have mentioned that. You know, if you guys have got like any sort of like what you think's important to you, like in van life, and things that you've learned that are important, pop it in the comments, and then obviously we'll have a read about it, you know, and you know, I think we reply to all the comments, you know, as much as we can. So it'll be great.
To go in the field.
It'd be great to hear from you guys. Right, so we're going to take a walk in this field. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. Again, a big thank you to all the subscribers that have subscribed already. We really appreciate it. I think this is the field that we came to before, where there was a sheep over there. Is that a different one?
But
I can't remember.
if you want to visit any of the places that we've been to today, we will try and put in the comments below where we've been. Because we've been to Marsden Moor, we've been to Alderley Edge.
Yeah, we've been to that park, I think it's called Cars Park or something.
See what I mean? We've only been there about an hour ago and we've completely forgot already.
Thor's disappearing in the long grass. So if you haven't subscribed already, guys, please do. And until next time, from me and Thor, bye for now. Bye. Give the video a like.